Hello, everybody. How are you? It's me, Skip Eliot. I decided to wear this thing because I don't know. I'm stupid, probably, but yeah, I got more views on this thing the last time I used it. But it's time for the Dancing with the Stars update. Week 9, the semifinals are here. And heck with it. I can't get it off now. There we are. Been a while since we've seen each other. If you just watch me for Dancing with the Stars, and if you do, thanks for watching. Hunter is a little under the weather, but we hope he gets better in time for the finals next week. But we're going to talk about what went on the last 3 weeks in Dancing with the Stars. Week 7 was Queen Night. We lost the Miz on that week, which wasn't too bad of a week. Week 8 was the Janet Jackson night. We lost Olivia, Jade, and Val, and Jimmy Allen and Emma. And this week was a double elimination, the semifinals. Pretty good week. Lots of great dances, as it should be, because we're 1 week away from the finals. Let's get to the dances. Peloton star Cody, Rigsby, and Cheryl. Now, Cheryl, if you remember, this was a redemption dance. The first round of dances, they did 2 sets of dances this week. And the first set of dances was redemption dances, which was, they were told to redo a dance they did earlier in the season that they didn't do particularly well. And the best one for them, for Cody and Cheryl, was the one they did in COVID when they both had COVID and did it in different studios, which was a salsa. And this time their hips were a little bit better, especially Cody's hips. Bruno said they got the energy, the hips were better, messed up in a couple of places. Carrie Ann said the energy drained from the feet sometimes. I wish Hunter was here so we could talk about what that was. Other than that, it was a fantastic routine. Len thought it was a full-on salsa, flat-footed at times. Derek said there was a few arm misses. They got a 35 out of 40 for that. Not too bad. Next up was Melora Harden from The Office. And Artem, they did a rumba. Len was showing them how to do it and how to do it better than they did it in week 2. And it was pretty, but not as strong as their other dances, I thought. But everybody else thought it was a little bit different than I did because they're professional judges, not me. So I'll go with their opinions, definitely. Len thought it was a terrific routine and interesting choreography. Derek said it controlled pure rumba. It was a controlled, pure rumba. Now, well done. Bruno said from the foot through the body, good, so delicate. Carrie Ann said the hip action was greatly improved. A little bit in the expression of your hand lost, and I don't know what that meant. I wish Hunter were here, of course. And also, the foot came off the ground. That was 2 or 3 people that Carrie Ann was saying their foot came off the ground. She deducted points on that. They got a 36 out of 40 in the first round for that, for Melora Harden and Artem in their rumba from week 2. Next up with Suni Lee, who has come a long, long way. They did a foxtrot with Sasha. Carrie Ann was their helper from week 3. Nice dance, good phrasing, I thought. Carrie Ann said, yay. The last couple of weeks, she has been definitely growing. Suni has. She colored her hair differently, got a brand new attitude, full of joy, full of confidence. I thought it was one of the best dances of the night. Footwork was a little bit suspect now and then, Carrie Ann said. Len said it was a joyful, happy dance. Footwork was a little bit iffy every now and again. Derek loved Suni 2.0, and I do too. Frame was a bit bouncy, but Bruno said the girl can trot. The connection was wonderful. Sometimes you're going to be a bit bouncy, he said, but that was the track that made it bouncy. They got a 37 out of 40, which was very good. JoJo and Jenna did an Argentine tango. Len was their helper in there. It was back from week 3 when they did their Argentine tango. Lynn said it was brilliant. Derek said amazing partners. Bruno did outstanding. Carrie Ann said it built upon the dance, an extension of one being. They got 40s on this. I won't talk about that. I'll talk about that a little bit later on because I've got an opinion on that some people will maybe not agree with, and I might get myself in trouble. But it's my show right now, so what are you going to do? Next up, Iman Shumpert from the NBA and his partner Daniela did a tango. Derek helping them out, getting better from their week 3 performance. Derek said, great frame, a fantastic dance. He's come the furthest that any NBA superstar had on the show so far. Bruno said he delivered the goods on hold. Be careful. He started squatting every now and again, but congratulations on a great performance. Carrie Ann said the frame was crazy, so much magic when you danced. And Len said it was a vast improvement from week 3. That got them a 37 out of 40. And our final dance in round 1, which was the redemption dance from the talk, it was Amanda Klutz and Alan did a tango, and Len helped out on this one. Good body contact. Now, Len was saying that they didn't contact each other when the body, when they get together and dance around and stuff like that. He said good body contact this time around, good aggression, good attack. Derek said the most consistent dancer of the season so far. Bruno said platinum. Carrie said the leg came off the ground, but boss, baby. And they got 39 out of 40. The second round was just dances, nobody helping you out. You were just on your own, so to speak. Melora started out with a good contemporary dance. Len liked the way the dance mirrored the music, full of attack. Derek said, always seems and feels the love of the dance, which is great because that's what dance is, the love of expression. Also, Bruno said light motion, loved it. And Carrie Ann said the most beautiful lyric dancer, and she left it all out on the floor. They got 36 out of 40, which gave them a 72 out of 80 for this week's dances. Next up, Peloton instructor Cody Rigsby and Cheryl did an Argentine tango that I thought was a pretty good dance. Cheryl was working overtime on that. A great job, said Derek. Bruno said it was red hot. Well done. Carrie Ann said, bring the drama to the dance. Maybe you had a problem in the start. Don't worry about that. Len said, you've come so far. It was a brilliant dance. They got a 36 out of 40, giving them a 71 out of 80 for the week. Gold medal Olympic star Suni Lee did a contemporary with Sasha. Bruno said the lifts and the jumps were great. It was a very expressive dance, I should say. And their expressions were very great. The world is in your hands. You can tell Suni has come such a long time in these 9 weeks that we've been together on Dancing with the Stars. Carrie Ann said, no one ever gets a 10 from me except for performers. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Len said a dramatic, passionate dance with feeling, got a bit samey for him, like they did the same thing over and over and over. Lovely dancer. Derek said it was an inward realization, but well done. Carrie Ann, Derek, Len, and Bruno, or Carrie Ann, Len, and Derek all gave it a 10. Bruno gave it a 9, and it got 38 for that dance, 75 out of 80 for the week. Next up, with JoJo Siwa and Jenna, they did a contemporary dance, and Carrie Ann just had nothing to say. It was just brilliant, they said. Len said mixed artistry and maturity, a fantastic dance. Derek said it was the best contemporary dance he's ever seen on the show. Bruno said it looked like two angels out there. It was stunning. They got another 40 out of 40, which was 80 out of 80 for their dance. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the dances and the final compilation of everything. And Iman Shumpert and Daniela did a dance of jazz, which I thought was a very good dance. It was a real nice dance. Len said had more lifts than an Uber, and they were spectacular. I think for me, I think Iman and Daniela have come the farthest in this season, of course. Lyrical lifts, of course, a bit staggering over here and over there every now and again. Derek said it was so amazing, the beginning with the lines and the textures, they were beautiful. Bruno said heart-stopping lifts and a tiny little bit of a stumble here and there. And Carrie Ann said a dynamic, athletic, and different, which was great. Now they got a 38 out of 40, 75 out of 80 for the week. And our final dance was Amanda Klutz and Alan did a contemporary dance, and it was a beautiful, gorgeous dance. Derek said she did it for you. Well done. Bruno was mesmerized and lived something with you tonight. Carrie Ann said, I saw you disappear and came out with the rest of the dance. Len said it was fantastic. They got 40 out of 40 and 79 out of 80. So the way we had it lined up as far as the show was, the top two were JoJo and Jenna at 80 out of 80. Amanda and Alan at 79 out of 80. Suni Lee and Sasha had 75 out of 80, and as did Iman and Daniela, 75 out of 80. Melora and Artem had 72 out of 80, and Cody and Cheryl in the bottom at 71 out of 80. Declared safe by the judges and the voting were JoJo and Jenna, Iman and Daniela, and Cody and Cheryl. Bottom three were Suni and Sasha, Melora and Artem, and Amanda and Alan. And Melora and Artem were eliminated last night, as were by the judges on this one. Carrie Ann said, hold on. Suni and Sasha were eliminated because Carrie Ann and Derek and Bruno all said Amanda and Alan were who they wanted to keep. So the judges eliminated Melora and Artem and Suni and Sasha. So your final four will be JoJo and Jenna, Iman and Daniela, Cody and Cheryl, and Melora and Amanda and Alan. Yeah, there you go. So that's your final four. My prediction is going to be JoJo wins it all. I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and please don't be mad at me for doing this. I think that because JoJo and Jenna are the first same-sex couple to compete on Dancing with the Stars, that the dances are being scored differently for JoJo and Jenna. If you look back at the Argentine tango they did this week, the first dance, and the dance that I forget who it was that did the second Argentine tango, I think it was Cody and Cheryl, they're completely different dances. And in the first dance by JoJo and Jenna, no one was leading that dance. In the dance by Cody and Cheryl, Cody was leading that dance. Then you go to the contemporary, which there are no actual rules, I don't think, for a contemporary dance. You see things that a man and a woman couldn't do in a dance. Two women could do it very easily, but I think that's what hurt it because, well, I love the dances. I thought they should have gotten 40s on that one. I thought they should have gotten 40s on their first dance, but there is no way that a couple, male and female, could score the same thing on the same dance because they're not made up that way. I think if you're going to have a dance between two people, mostly men and women, make it fair. Don't put two men or two women. That's like, don't put a woman in a football game because she's not going to be able to do the things that men can do. And conversely, don't put a man in a female gymnastics thing because that's not going to work properly either. I think both of the dances that Jenna and JoJo did were 40s. Don't get me wrong there. I just don't think by dance rule that they should have been that way. I think JoJo and Jenna are going to win the show. I don't think that a couple of weeks back, Olivia should have been eliminated. And I do not believe that Melora and Artem should have been eliminated. And I don't think Suni and Sasha should have been eliminated tonight. I believe that Cody and Cheryl should have gone home because they were so far behind in the scores this week. It's just my opinion. I hope to have our buddy back from the Arthur Murray Dance Studio next week for the finals so we can talk about this because it's crazy. Plus, if you put on top of that the fact that JoJo was a professional dancer and is a professional dancer, and that's the first time they ever brought a professional dancer in for the show, I think that's wrong as well. And I just don't agree with it, but I'll abide by what they're going to do. I think they're going to award the trophy, the mirror ball, to JoJo Siwa next week with Jenna as her partner. And for what it's worth, okay, let me tell you, if you want to learn how to dance, call the Arthur Murray Dance Studio, 278-7711. That's 278-7711, and ask them to show you how to dance. You may be able to get 2 free lessons by telling them you heard it on the Dancing with the Stars episode from Skip and Hunter's YouTube adventures. Maybe they'll let you in for 2 free lessons. So check that out. We hope to be back next week, Hunter and I. Hunter over here and feeling a lot better. He's been kind of under the weather for the past few weeks, but if you can tell this weather that we've been having over the past couple of weeks, just up and down on temperatures, it's been nuts. So have yourself a good week. We will see you next week. I hope to have Hunter back in the same chair he's always been in because I miss my buddy and he's got to be back. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good day. Have yourself a great week, and we'll get wrapped up next Monday, and it'll be on the air next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Hey, don't forget, subscribe, please, and have a great week and a happy Turkey Day if we don't see you.